Okay, so tonight I'm going to introduce you to this terminology called a function. So what is a function? Functions essentially have some input that gets mapped onto an output. And the result is an XY pair in the rectangular coordinate system. Now, the rectangular coordinate system is made up into 4 quadrants. You have your independent axes, which is your x-axis, and you have your y-axis. The origin, or starting point, is at 0, 0. It's the initial position of any state, process, input to output behavior. Now, another way to think about input and output is behavior maps to consequence, be it good or bad. Okay, and basically what you have is a list of inputs. You have your input table, and you can do a little T-chart here, and you can do your output table. Now normally, the x-axis is independent. It is an independent variable or an independent list of variables. It's an independent list of values. And independent basically means variables or values you have no control over. Values should be pluralized. I apologize. The y-axis is a list of dependent lists, and they are dependent upon x value. So whatever my x value is, my y value depends on it, or in essence, the y value contains a variable of x that produces some output. Okay, so essentially in your list of inputs, you'll have like negative infinity to, you'll have a negative x value to the 0 state, to some x value, to some infinite value of x. Now the y value is always a basic value of whatever you're plugging in. So let's say the output is 2 times the value of whatever x is plus 3. So 2 times x plus 3 equals 2 times negative infinity, and I'm going to add 3, and that's going to give me some value. Okay, so obviously that would be just negative infinity, and basically you just do a list of operations and you follow your order of operations to simplify this value. And essentially what happens is you get this value with this value, and this will plug into a point. And so you'll get the point down here, negative infinity, negative infinity. So that will be like a point, an imaginary point. Not imaginary, but you can't really plot infinity, but let's just say, hey, this value is negative infinity. Okay? Well, 2 times 0 plus 3, anything times 0 is 0. I'm going to add 3, and I'll get the value of 3. So I'm going to get a point with these values, 0 and 3. Okay, so I'm going to get the value 0, 3. So I'm at 0 on the x, and I'm at this point at 0, 3. And so basically what happens is I created a line. Okay, so this is basically the basis of functions. They literally map inputs to outputs. Okay, it is important to note that the x-axis is often a list of values, and these list of values are the domain of the function or relationship. Now, the y-axis, and I'll do a circle here, the y-axis is dependent, and this constitutes the range of the function. And so that's basically what is the function. So literally, if I were to color code this, and I'll do purple, we'll do purple as range, and we'll do light blue as the domain, right? Literally, the domain is all of this value right here. It's the list of all x values, and the range is the list of all y values, okay? And so essentially, what you can do is you can map each one of these on here. So let's say 0 goes to 3, negative infinity goes to negative infinity. And if it maps only once, then it is a function, and we'll talk about that in the next video.